Good morning, Morgan, Val, everyone else in chat, and welcome to July 15th, 2026, Wednesday for you people out there in the workforce, hump day. Let me take care of a little bit of house cleaning here so that the people over on Rumble can find everything. And then we will jump in. There we go. Val, thank you. I know you're working, so you're probably going to be just listening in. Yeah, it's a pretty good day in music history today. In '78, the Stones released "Some Girl" album, and on July the 15th of '78, it hits number one here in the States. And in 1953, Alicia Bridges is born in Lawndale, North Carolina. She did the I Love the Nightlife song. She wasn't really known for disco, but her manager and everything said, you need to get in on this disco craze. So I think that's the only disco song that she did. In Lawndale, North Carolina is west of Charlotte and a little north of Shelby, I think. So it's out there in the moonies. And in 1952, 13-year-old Jimmy Boyd records "I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus." We all we all like that. Also in '52 this day, Gladys Knight appears on Ted Mack's Amateur Hour. She wins the top prize of $2,000. Oh wow! Do you realize how much $2,000 was worth in 1952? Let me tell you. Gasoline was about 10 cents a gallon at 52. It might have jumped up to 15 cents a gallon by then, but who knows? Yes, I'm Jim. I don't know why, but chat was not scrolling on my laptop. So, yeah, I use my real name. I'm Jim. What you see is what you get. What you hear is what you get. I don't go on camera on the morning shows. I go on camera Saturday night for music chat. We watch Treezilla and listen to the birds when they choose to sing. Morgan, you can ask anything. I reserve the right not to answer, but most of the time I answer any question. Absolutely, Morgan. Uh, I put together a prayer list. I ask everybody to put in their prayer request, and then on Friday, everybody just prays for the prayer list. So if you have any requests you want put on that list, just type it in chat. It would probably be short. Good morning, Sandra. How you doing? It was like I was just telling somebody, spoiler alert, God is in control and we win in the end. Anything specific, Morgan? Because if you have something specific, let's include that. Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that, Morgan. Okay, either my chat froze or Morgan's typing a long request. And Morgan, at first, when I saw your avatar, I thought you were maybe somehow connected to the channel Mr. Ballin. He tells strange stories. And Val, if you're listening, it's going to be rather hot here this afternoon, but we're lucky we've started out rather cool. Mike. Morgan, well put. I thought maybe you had something specific that, but that's a good generalization for all of us. Oh, great, great. I checked out your channel real quick, and I like the trucks. Morgan, what state are you located in? Or do you want to tell which state you're located in? Oh, man, the big city. I used to live outside in Knoxville, Tennessee, and I always wanted to visit Nashville, but just never got around to it. I spend most of my time out in nature, waterfalls, mountaintop views, things like that. What time is it in Nashville right now? I think you're an hour behind us. Is it 6:13 in the morning for you guys? And speaking of time, it passed the House. Now the Senate gets to vote on it. And if it passes the Senate, all that has to happen is Trump sign it into law, and the time will not get changed anymore. So let's let's hope that happens. I've had this change the clocks enough. Okay, if it's 7:13, then you're in the same time zone. Because that's what time it is here. I'm located in North Carolina. But my nature channel, I've got quite a few videos in eastern Tennessee. Kathy Bates, good morning. Thanks for explaining why the blue disappeared and came back. Morgan, Kathy's just north of you. She's in Ohio. WTF Mike, he's up on the Canadian border. Mike, I tell you, this morning it's real nice here, 64 degrees on the back porch. I'm enjoying this start. but it's the last of our cool days. It's going to heat back up quick. Morgan, I'll have to check out some of your music, and I'll check out your channel. By the way, Morgan, if you want to share your channel, type exclamation ME, no spaces, and Nightbot will post your channel. $14 subscribers and 13 videos. Northwoods. Northwoods, good luck. Yeah, we got a couple of days reprieve. And Northwoods last night, that was the funniest thing. I wish I'd have been able to type right away, but Northwoods just he is king of the X Files, as in EX, and he said that his wife come out of Walmart complaining how rude the cashier was, and he told her to quit using the self checkout. That was golden. I'm in gold. And I probably butchered that, Northwoods, but everybody gets the gist. So, Morgan, are you going to use your YouTube channel to promote your music? Sharon, good afternoon. I think that might be the funniest thing that Northwoods has ever said. He's had some good ones, but that one very well might top the list. And Morgan, we have people pretty much from around the world coming in to chat here. So we'll have people from Europe, Asia, South America, Africa. Still haven't gotten anybody from Antarctica, but what can I say? What is going on? I just noticed something. It was playing yesterday's scroll. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. For some reason, it didn't reset. Good afternoon, YKB. Yeah, there's several people here in North Carolina that came. That they'll come into chat sometimes. We've got somebody on the southern border. We got somebody on the coast, and pretty much all around. Occasionally, a couple of people from the mountains, but the nature videos I do, which that channel I did first, and then this channel developed out of that one. Most of the people in our mountains see what I post all the time, so. And there's a couple of people from Tennessee, Louisiana, Florida, all around. Pennsylvania. And if you stick around long enough, Morgan, eventually Nightbot will learn who you are and will tell everybody else about you. That's true, Kathy. It's been too long. Well, don't repeat that, Morgan. Once is enough. YKB. Antarctica is I don't know, it's really cold and everything, but there's a lot going on down there that raises major questions. And YKB, I'm surprised Kathy lets you get away with that post. Mike, did you did you share that news article that I sent you about the mushrooms? Wow, Morgan, it might have dipped down to 63 before the sun started coming up here, but that's as low as it got. There was a news article in a New York paper about people taking certain mushrooms and they could see little people. And Kathy is a little bit vertically challenged, so we pick with Kathy about her knowns. That's true, YKB. And I think the most solid information about Antarctica that really should raise everybody's thoughts and questions. In 2016, on election day, one of the top politicians, instead of being here in the States to vote and to watch what's going on, he was in Antarctica. Raven, how you doing, buddy? Hang on just a second, and I'll throw it in chat. It's a New York paper. That's it. Yeah, if anybody wants to check it out. Morgan, I'm not sure. That's right, YKB. They were all there. Raven, yeah, she was on the Nature Channel this morning. She's still making her rounds. Uh, I saw the post of her yesterday. Yeah, Raven. Dolly is already on the Friday prayer list. She was last Friday and this coming Friday. Raven's in the UK. YKB is across the pond also. Kathy, if you get put on Mount Rushmore, do it quick. I want to see it when you're up there, and I'm going to have to make that trip before too much longer. Raven, I don't know if you kind of come in and out of chat at times, but uh, by tomorrow's show, any prayer requests you have, give them to me. I put them in pretty much its worldwide prayer list, and on Fridays, everybody just prays for the list. Uh, Trust me, if anybody's upset, they'll let you know. Kathy's pretty tough. She can dish it out and she can take it. Raven, don't give her any ideas. She'll do it. Hey, Misty. Misty Morgan's also in Tennessee. He's over in Nashville. Oh, I hear Flyby Charlie. He's taking advantage of the cool air so that he can get off the ground easier. You guys hold down the fort. I'll be back. I'm going to get the last coffee out of the coffee pot. Yeah, that was me getting the coffee. The tree is in the neighbor's backyard. He's been called Treezilla for a couple of years now. But YKB asked about calling it Tree Rex because he does look like he's got a little short arm sticking up there trying to scratch its chin. Cool. It takes a lot to write a song. There's a channel. There's a guy. He's in the UK, and used to he would write a song live, and he would go through everything, and usually in about 2 hours he would write a song, and some of them were really good. Uh, Sharon, what are you creating for the grandkids these days? I know you're doing something. You got something on the books. Wow, Fly by Charlie's close. Not often, but sometimes he'll fly right where the camera's aimed. How do you copyright your songs? I keep encouraging Sharon to share some of her work. Sharon does excellent work creating. Excuse the noise, guys, but I'm going to get through this real quick. And there we go. I know, Sharon. It's that is very tricky work, and to make it look as good as you do, that's a lot of talent and effort. And Morgan, where is this at? The show that is. Where is that at? Oh yeah, sometimes people in chat they're just enjoying the background noise, and when they hear a topic come up, uh, they'll chime in. The morning chat's really laid back. Sometimes it'll come fast and furious. Sometimes it's just everybody relaxing, which is kind of a cornerstone on both channels. Everybody get relaxed. Yeah, Raven, and everybody can tell it's real. It's nothing fake about the birds because sometimes there's no sound. Sometimes fly by Charlie is the only sound. And when I go out to get coffee, I've got the coffee pot on the back porch. When I go out to get coffee, I'll kind of help the wind chime along sometimes. We've got a good wide variety of people here, Morgan, and everybody is respectful of one another. So it's a good way to start your day. And then there's people in other parts of the world that they're taking a lunch break or just relaxing at the end of their day. For for Flyby Charlie. Oh, cool. Well, that's this Saturday, this coming. Good morning, Soul Star. But Fly By Charlie, his the little park that he flies out of is behind the camera, straight behind the camera versus where it's pointed, and he usually doesn't fly that far away from the park. So, Soul Star, I appreciate you using that video of mine for background noise and promoting it like that. I do appreciate it. That's one whole view more. the one, the one that amazes me is the uh, how to lock fold a paper bag. It has taken on a life of its own for the last few months. It had gone a year and nobody watched it, and all of a sudden there's like 10 people every 2 days, sometimes 15 every 2 days. But it's just been going. Gotcha, Baltimore. Yep, I've been to Baltimore, Maryland, and I got out of Baltimore as quick as I could. Yeah, I'm. The Hey, you might want to look at some of the relaxing waters uh, playlist on that channel, because I try to do between 1 and 3 hour videos of just relaxing sounds. Some are waterfalls, some are streams, and that one with the tree, bird sounds and the wind chimes. This stuff that people can relax to. I'm all about that. I need to get someplace. The park I go to every week, I have got it pretty well documented. Uh, the best parts of the year. Uh, Spring, summer, and fall. The waterfalls in the wintertime with the icicles hanging off of them, I really like that. But I need to get other places and videos, because I haven't uh, I haven't really traveled far since December. Still the problem, Morgan. I thought you were solving problems. Why would that ruffle some feathers? Anybody that ruffles their feathers, Soul Star, I that I question their point of view. I mean, if the dress had something stupid on it, like worship Satan, I could see people treating you different, but it was just a white dress. Hey, Gold Star, I had people complain that I don't talk in my nature videos. Uh, there's all kinds here. That's why I make sure that everybody is, you know, accepting of other people. Huh. I don't know what to say there. I really don't. Uh, Geez. And the funny thing is, uh, you know, after starting this channel, uh, I, I try my best not to talk on that channel, and it's taken off. I mean, the number of people that go there for the morning coffee and everything has more than tripled. And then over here, I talk to everybody in chat pretty well constantly, and this is doing better than the nature channel was originally doing. So all of one or all of the other seems to do better than a mix of the two. And I still like having some kind of background sound. I can't play music because you know YouTube will freak out if I play music for some reason. Roger Blair. But I mean, there's all kinds on YouTube, and all of you women out there uh, that are doing content, please be careful uh, posting information about where you're going, where you are, and things like that. I know Soulstar, you do a good job of keeping location, you know, private, and I just think that's the way to be. But when there's people in chat specifically asking, "What's your address?" And this happened on somebody else's channel, uh, it's it's time to step back a little bit with the information. And everybody over on the Rumble side, thank y'all for coming in this morning. Unfortunately, Nightbot doesn't work with Rumble yet. Soul Star, I had people accuse me of speeding up my videos to make it appear that I was walking faster. Northwoods, that's true. And um, the Nature Channel, I just can't see commercials playing on the Nature Channel. It's not monetized. It's not going to be monetized. YouTube still plays commercials in order to pay for the storage, I guess. But I'm not going to have that one monetized. Gee, Soulstar. See, yeah, I'm not a fan of AI, but I went over to Cades Cove in Tennessee and videoed walking down to Abrams Falls, and it was packed. I could not avoid people in the video, but on the plus side, the yeah, I realize it because sometimes I play them for background noise here at the when I'm inside, and if I have to use my treadmill, I'll put one of my hikes on the TV while I'm on the treadmill because treadmill is boring to me. Treadmill is terrible. But when I was hiking to Abrams Falls, there was actually a couple of people who said I had software that would speed me up and slow down everybody else in the video. It's like, nah, such stuff doesn't exist. Well, Raven, if you advertise it as AI, that's one thing. I mean, I've used AI to do a couple of thumbnails, but I'm not using AI in videos. You know, there's a time and place for all of that stuff. There's a place for AI videos. Uh, Within the last week, they announced that the different agencies associated with the record business, they were going to team up and make sure that any music that was AI would be properly identified as AI. Yeah, I know, Raven. I've seen your videos. I'm not making any accusations, but it's like there's Mike has made some really funny AI songs, and as long as it's obvious, I don't mind it. But I don't know the AI that I've listened to. It's songs that are like they're good, but I'm not going back and listening to them, you know, two or three times. It's like Fleetwood Mac Rumors. I'm still listening to that, and it's 50 years later. It has a soul to it. AI music doesn't have that. Yeah, I know. And Soulstar Sonya knows her stuff. It's if you show the least bit of interest in listening to her, she will just help you and help you and help you. She is amazing. There you go, Raven. Oh yeah, she she was in high gear this morning. Sonya was. I told her, uh, a little less coffee there, girl. When I first saw Sonya online, I can't remember why her channel came up in my feed, but she was teaching people the proper way to set a table. Uh, Fred, Rumble doesn't, people on Rumble don't seem to chat that much. But, you know, anybody anybody who's in Rumble, they show up in my chat. Yeah, but if I could just get Nightbot to work on Rumble, that would be a big plus. Wow, Northwoods. I didn't know about that. No, Fred, I have never seen anybody get blocked on Rumble. You, YouTube is weird. That's why I'm doing a little bit more on Rumble. Is because Rumble always checks everything. It's not got all the bells and whistles that YouTube has, but it's getting there, and it's getting there quick. So, Raven, Soulstar, anybody in chat, if you want to share your channel, exclamation ME, no spaces. Rumble, Rumble has zero censorship as far as I can tell. You don't have to worry about saying code words like pew pew and unalive and stupid junk like that. Yeah, Rumble's showing there's it's varying, but 4 or 5 people watching over there. There you go. Um, yeah, and the only thing about Nightbot is if two people put in commands too close to one another, they'll they will only accept one because there's a couple of seconds timeout. Raven, sometime or other, we'll go over it. It's easy. I mean, if I can do it, anybody can do it. I've not been able to get the Magic 8 Ball to work, but I finally got the weather to work. Yeah, it's separate from YouTube. You go to Nightbot TV and you give it your YouTube channel and log in, and it will be active whenever you go live. If you search Nightbot setup on YouTube, Nightbot has a video of how to set it up. And then you've got to make Nightbot a moderator. And then you can just have all kinds of fun things. Like if anybody types I got that set up and it seems to work pretty good. And then that's right, Fred. Fred says it's hot in New York State when the temp in Florida is almost the same. Fred's over on Rumble. There's some fun things you can do with Nightbot, and the other good thing about Nightbot is you can put in a list of words that you don't want used in chat, and Nightbot gets it before it even shows up in chat. And I know moderators do a good job and everything, but they're not as fast as the software. And YouTube has, its default language, but you can add to it with Nightbot. Rumble is a format like YouTube, but Rumble has better free speech. You don't run into the headaches. Just go to rumble.com. And if you do, Jim's Camera at Dawn is the only channel I have on Rumble. Yep. The reason I wanted Nightbot was because I didn't want people coming in and typing, 20 lines back to back. And then, it made it hard on people in chat to have a conversation. But Nightbot doesn't do that. you can set that up with YouTube so that, people can't type, but when they enter something in a second or two later, they got to wait to enter something else in. But Soulstar, you'll see it's not hard. If a little old mountain man can do it, anybody can. Uh, but now I got help. Yeah, Nightbot.tv. And you can make it have fun with itself. I got to take this call. I'll be right back, guys. All right. Fred over on Rumble says, I don't like soccer for free, but they want me to pay for it. That's funny. Thanks, Fred. Yeah, the exclamation point and followed by whatever is a Nightbot command, and when I type it in, it shows up in Rumble, but nothing happens in Rumble. It only works in the YouTube stream. After I typed exclamation bot in YouTube, Nightbot posted, okay, okay, pour me a cup of coffee. I'll be up all night. Like I said, just fun stuff, something fun. And by the way, Fred, thanks for typing into chat there. At least I know Restream is bringing in the chat from Rumble. And like also, people in Rumble don't chat as much as they do on YouTube. Fred, you're exactly right. A crowd makes a crowd. Even if it's just selecting a restaurant, people's going to go to a full parking lot more than a place that has nobody. Sharon, I'm drooling. Mango ginger green tea. Whoa. Well, Fred, you're the start. I've only been posting live or going live on Rumble a few weeks. And Restream does a pretty good job, but I have to go in and make some tweaks as soon as I go live. The Restream it does not have control over Rumble like it does YouTube. And there's a good crowd over here on YouTube, but everybody needs to be where they want to be, whether it's YouTube or Rumble. Sharon, I need to get me some of that mushroom coffee. Tina's been talking about it and getting good results. I just haven't got around to ordering any. And Val, if you're listening, I looked up Heinz pickles at Walmart, and you can order them, but they only sell them in bulk. They want like they want you to buy like $100 worth. I just can't see doing that. That's too much. John P. Good morning. Good afternoon. Yeah, Sharon, I don't know. I need to try it. I mean, it might have a positive effect. It might not, but I'll never know until I give it a roll. And you guys in other parts of the country, have y'all noticed the snake population seems to be expanding? I have seen more snakes this year out on the trails and in the backyard for that matter than I have seen in couldn't tell you when, maybe ever. Because I saw over at the park, I saw one copperhead, and somebody told me they were ahead of me on the trail, maybe 5 minutes, if that, and they saw one crossing the trail. Mike, have you tried it? The mushroom coffee? No, thank you, Mike. I will stay away from the white line fever. Now I got Eric Clapton playing in my head. Mike, good job, good job. No, there's more snakes, Mike. I'm always paying attention for snakes because if there's one around, I'm usually the person that finds it. So, and I have up on top of the peak over in the park there. I have never seen a snake on top because there's always so many people going there. And basic uh, snakes don't like to be around people. So, Mike, how long has your dad been drinking it? That might tell me how much he likes it. No, Raven, it's not magic mushrooms. It's just a mushroom coffee is up, and most people say they have more energy and they feel better. Northwoods, that might be true. And when I saw those bear on the trail a couple of weeks ago now, I was telling this lady that I've seen over there quite a few times. I was telling her about seeing the bears, and she told me a story about seeing a bear when she was walking. This wasn't in the park. This was somewhere else. But and these are her exact words. I'm not going to change what she says, but you'll figure it out when you hear it. She said she was walking by the road and she saw this bear running down a driveway and cross the road in front of her. And it was running on its hind legs. At first, she thought it was a very tall guy in a gorilla suit. but she was amazed at how tall it was and how fast it was running. And in her head, it was a bear, and that was all that she was saying. I've seen, I have probably seen as many snakes this year as I have seen in all the years previous I've been going to that park, because it's just rare to see a snake along the trails. And probably half of the ones that I've seen before this year was when I was in areas, I was just in areas where most people don't go. I don't know, Raven. I've never known her to do any kind of drugs. She's more of a nature lover, but you never know. But it was funny to me, in her head, it had to be a bear. It had to be a bear running on its hind legs. And when I asked her about the color of the fur, she would never admit that it was something other than black. She just said she would only say dark. And all the bear in this area are black bear, and they're jet black. So, but I got out of her the location of where this was, and it's a place I'd been once or twice. So I'll probably go through there more often. Exactly, Northwoods. That's the way it is. It is her dealing with what she saw. She doesn't want to see, Bigfoot. She can't accept that. And back to broke record time here, because I've used this example many times before. In the first season of Survivor, I watched the first year, and there was a guy who called these women to their face. He called them a cow. Mike. But he called them a cow to their face, and in their minds, with their paradigm, they could not accept that he called them a cow. In less than 24 hours, they were blaming another guy for calling them a cow. And one guy was tall, one guy was short, one guy was white, the other guy was black. But in their minds, they had switched it totally, even though they witnessed it firsthand, the guy calling them a cow to their face. So the human mind, it can do some funny stuff. Mike, I've been hiking in the mountains too long. I've got to keep going. Got to get to those mountaintop views, get to the waterfalls. Mike, you're not lazy either. You're always working. Northwoods, thank you, and I appreciate you stopping in, and I greatly appreciate the comedy that you provide with the X Files. Rest well, young man. Rest well. Yoda Mike. Sharon, thank you. And share, share your work. Trust me, people would greatly appreciate it because you really do very good, very creative work. Great. She can get to work mowing. Mike, are you showing her how to take care of the lawnmower, getting her to watch what you're doing so that she'll know in the future? Thank you, Raven. Appreciate that. And Soul Star, everybody, remember, you know, whatever you're doing, it may not be for everybody. So if you know, just remember that. Pay, appreciate the people that show up constantly, and don't worry about the people that don't. Oh, yeah, yeah, Mike. That's I don't know what to say. Some people, how to put this, do math in their head differently than others. That's like when the circus used to come to town. They would tell like teenagers that they would pay them so much per hour to clean up the roads after the animals had walked through town, and the, they would get the kids to work for like 50 cents an hour because the kids thought 50 cents an hour, in a day I'll make $4. That'll be great. They forgot to do the math that the animals are only walking into town for an hour. So they got paid 50 cents or whatever, some minimal amount to do a very dirty job. Yep, that's it. The when I started mowing yards, and this was a long time ago. This was like 1970, 1971, somewhere in there. I got $20 to mow a yard and rake the clippings, and $20 was a lot of money, and I did it a few times. But and, Mike, it's kind of good that she's learning right now because at that age, if you make mistakes like that and not charge enough, it's a ding. It's not a major dent. I know, Mike. Exactly. Raven, you take care. Thanks for stopping in. You stay safe out there doing your investigations. Yeah, that's the bad side of that coin, Mike. I agree with you. I'm not a big fan when adults take advantage of kids, like neighbors that don't take care of their pet rabbits. I'm not a fan of that. But in 1970, Mike, gasoline was still like less than 30 cents a gallon. And a gallon of gas in a push mower, I could mow 2 yards at least, maybe three. but the yards weren't all that big. They were probably half an acre or less. Yep. Started just about the time I got my driver's license. And gas jumped up to 35, 40 cents a gallon. And there were gas lines. Uh, if your license tag ended in an even number, you got your gas on one day and an odd number the next. Just to make it so the lines weren't all that long. And by about 1980, they were close to 50 cents a gallon. So in a pretty short number of years, it had doubled in price. But I remember filling up my Mustang from empty for $8. And also during that time, everywhere but a couple of states, you started pumping your own gas. Yeah, there were limits put on stuff. I mean, it was stupid stuff. People would park in line to get gas, and they'd probably waste half a gallon of gas getting gas. I mean, they didn't really think it through very well. And then we had this blew my mind, but they reduced the speed limit to 55 miles an hour. And they went through and they changed all the interstate signs. Angeli, good day. Great to see you. Uh, I'm doing good. I got out of bed under my own power. That's a great day. Uh, and then when they changed the speed limit back to 65, they changed the signs again. I think they should have left the speed limit at posted at 55 and just not write a ticket for anybody until they got up to 65 or something like that. They wasted money on the signs big time. It's like around this one little town I was living in, people were constantly parking in the fire lanes, the handicap parking, and I told them, you start writing tickets, it'll stop. And one day they finally listened, and the police was just going from parking lot to parking lot writing tickets. And it took about 15 minutes, and nobody was parking in fire lanes or handicap spots because they knew they was going to get a ticket. Anjali, thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah, I like that name. I really do. Yeah, she's a good girl. Uh-oh. We'll take care of that right away. And Mike, show her how to share her channel here. And absolutely happy anniversary. She looks so young. I didn't think she was old enough to have an anniversary. Anjali, if you type what Mike just typed, exclamation ME, Nightbot will share your channel. Raymond, good morning. Raymond, tell Norma hello also. Hope you guys are doing great. She must have disappeared before she heard me say that. Roger, I was beginning to think you had fallen back to sleep. All right, Roger. Anjali, I'm doing good. Happy anniversary. Like I said, you just look so young. I didn't know you were old enough to have an anniversary. Wow. Well, congratulations. 13 years. Amazing. Amazing 13 years. Amazing 13 people in chat. Birds kind of went quiet. They must be staring at this amazing sunrise. Oh, you are most welcome. I'm still mind blown. 13 years. So, Mike, you getting any work done in the fields today, or are you just working on that lawnmower since the carburetor come in? And you were up early. I mean, I checked out YKB. It was before 5 o'clock this morning, and Kathy was up, and Roger was there. It's like none of us sleep. Oh, gotcha. Uh, 3 or 4 minutes warning here. I'll be ending. So if you guys want to start saying bye to one another. Oh, geez. Heading into town, not my favorite thing to do. I will have to mow at least some today, and then we'll see what comes after that. Yeah, I have to do. Uh, I did. I got a lot of stuff done in the house the other day, so once I get the yard done, then I'll hopefully be able to do something fun. I try to keep things in balance as much as I would like to just, if I had my way, I would go over to the mountain every day, but that's just not feasible. Well, Roger, I'm glad you got some rest, buddy. You know, I appreciate everybody coming in to chat here. I really do. I would like to see everyone every day, but at the same time, I want you guys to get your rest and, hopefully come in here, get relaxed, and be able to take a nap or have a better day. Thanks, Mike. Anjali, thank you so much for coming by today. WTF Mike, Roger Blair, Fred, uh, Kathy Bates. Let's see who else was in here today. Raven came by. Sharon with two R's came by. John P. Adventures. Nightbot, thanks for taking care of stuff. Soul Star Productions, thank you. I hope only kind words come your way, and everybody, I hope you get the day that you deserve. We will catch you next time.